Hi, I'm bored. I've been doing YouTube since 2011, but I think one of my issues has always been that I never have my finger on the pulse of what's hot. There are 3 stages of cool. There are the hipsters that find it, there are the normal people that find it, and then there's me. And I've been wanting to branch out with my videos a little bit more, so I decided it would be a good idea to take a look at what other people are putting on YouTube. But I'm like way far behind. So I gotta go back and do the homepage of YouTube from when I started, 2011. August 11th, 2011 to be specific, because that was when I posted my first video, which was a Google search video for Jacob from Twilight. You can tell I break up my words when I get embarrassed. I need to go back and figure out what I was doing wrong back then, and why my content can't be in line with what's hip. What's happening, what's poppin', what's groovin', what's lit, what's skibbity. I take back skibbity. I don't want skibbity on my record. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna go to the Wayback Machine and then find YouTube's homepage on August 11th, 2011 and watch some of the videos that it's suggesting to me. I'm not gonna watch them in the Wayback Machine. I'm just gonna open up a regular YouTube tab and watch them there. I hope they're all still up. Why don't you come along with me? I could use somebody to talk to while I do this. Don't bring your friend though, they're weird. We have to go back! Where? Back to the 2011! Wow. I remember when YouTube looked like this, and I could probably tell you what's different now. Without looking at modern day YouTube, there's already less crap just everywhere. Look at this. Look, I could pick so many videos here, but they're organized in such a peaceful way. They have a spotlight looking back at Lala 2011. What a weekend. See, I miss when YouTube just showed everybody the same thing, or at least a slight variation on the same thing. I don't even know if we had that yet, though. It wasn't until recently that I even realized that they got rid of the trending tab and stuff like that and replaced it with more like personalized bubble nonsense. I don't even know how I would do a video looking at today's like current homepage or trending videos, because I don't know how to find them anymore. Although I did basically use that feature of YouTube all of maybe 5 times the whole time it was there. Maybe I don't miss it being this. Maybe I just miss not being suckered into content that's like content that I watched already. I hate opening YouTube and then seeing how much time they want me to spend on YouTube. I can't watch all those videos. They do all look interesting, YouTube. I do. I want to sit here and watch all of those videos, but I'll get restless after a second. I'll stop paying attention. You don't care if I'm paying attention? You just want my metrics. Oh. Okay, let me start with Super Mullet by Ray William Johnson. I have no idea what to expect here because I'd never watched him. I don't remember why. Again, I don't ever have my finger on the pulse of what's good. Maybe he wasn't good. I don't know. I wouldn't know because I can't find the pulse. That was me finding a pulse. All right, let me watch this. So I immediately hit a snag. I can't find Super Mullet anywhere. I found it on a subreddit for lost media. That's not promising. Somebody found it, but that was 5 years ago and the link is gone now. On the Ray William Johnson wiki, it says that Super Mullet, why are you naked? I should have read what this, is this just that says comment question. Is that a thing? Did he do a thing? Let's check out his Wikipedia real quick. Maybe I need more Ray William Johnson information. I'll be honest, I got distracted and skipped straight down to his personal life to see if maybe there was something like, I don't know, juicy in there. Why do you put that he had a vasectomy and thus has no children in his Wikipedia? What is, I get that we know it. Why is it cited? Oh, there was a whole video about it recently. This video is going off the rails really quickly. Looks like the next one is called London Riots, Scum Steal from Injured Boy. Oh, it's a short one, so we could probably just watch it. Okay, I can't find that. Let's see if we can get to it from here. Nope, not available anymore. Moving on! London riots. The BBC will never replay this. Send it out. Oh my gosh.
Marcus Dow, are you shocked by what you've seen there last night?
No, not at all. I have been living in London for 50 years. There are so many different moods and moments. But what I was certain about, listening to my grandson and my son, is that something very, very serious was going to take place in this country. Our political leaders had no idea. The police had no idea. But if you looked at young blacks and young whites with a discerning eye and a careful hearing, they have been telling us, and we would not listen, that what is happening in this country to them.
Mr. Howe, if I can just stop you, Mr. Howe, for a moment. You say you're not shocked. Does this mean that you condone what happened in your community last night?
I condone, of course not. What I'm going to condone it for, what I'm concerned about more than anything else, there is a young man called Mark Duggan. He has parents, he has brothers, he has sisters, and few yards away from where he lives, a police officer blew his head off.
Well, Mr. Howe, we have to.
Let me finish.
Mr. Howe, we have to wait for the official inquiry before we can say things like that. We don't know what happened to Mr. Duggan. We are going to wait for the police report on it. If I can take you on a little bit, you were talking about your grandson. You were talking about young people. You were talking about your grandson. You were talking.
I may have bit off a little bit more than I could chew here. I wasn't expecting that.
That is not an excuse to go out rioting and cause the sort of damage that we have been seeing over the last few days.
Where were you in 1981 in Brixton?
Mr.
They had I don't call it rioting, I call it an insurrection of the masses of the people. It is happening in Syria, it is happening in Clapham, it's happening in Liverpool, it's happening in Port of Spain, Trinidad, and that is the nature of the historical moment.
Mr. Howe, Mr. Howe, if I can just ask you, you are not a stranger to riots yourself, I understand, are you? You have taken part in them yourself.
I have never taken part in a single riot. I've been on demonstrations that ended up in a conflict, and have some respect for an old West Indian Negro and stop accusing me of being a rioter. Because you won't tickle me to get abusive. You just sound idiotic. Have some respect.
Darcus Howe.
Grandchildren.
Thank you very much for joining us from Croydon. Darcus Howe, their writer. And
let me go look up a little bit more about this. But I'm thinking I side with the guy in the interview here. Like the guy on the news. Alright, I looked up the 2011 England riots on Wikipedia. Series of riots took place between 6 and 11 August 2011 in cities and towns across England, which saw looting and arson, as well as mass deployment of police and the deaths of 5 people. The protests started in Tottenham, London, following the killing of Mark Dugan, a local mixed-race man who was shot dead by police on the 4th of August. So yeah, that news lady was trying to keep that guy on the news from, talking about what he was seeing. Because it's not good for the news to let people talk about how the people in power just let shit happen. I'm not scripted on this video. I wasn't expecting it to be like this, where I was gonna accidentally come into a riot that looks like it ended on the day that I picked. Okay, so far I've learned that at this point, YouTube was really good at whatever Ray William Johnson was naked for. Current events and Call of Duty trailers. I was nowhere near close. That was not what I was making in 2011. The Ostrich Nest. Epic meal time.
Eating breakfast, but we're still cooking up some eggs. These big ass eggs. And I ain't even talking about the eggs from the elephant bird of Madagascar. Those birds are extinct.
Eat bacon. Appreciate the favorite this video.
This is the most 2011 video of all time.
Bacon strips and a bacon strips and
Bacon strips. I don't remember why, but in 2011, we all loved bacon. And we were all very, you'll still hear about it sometimes now. So if you know somebody and they were a kid in 2011 and they meet a person who's never had bacon, they'll look at that person like they're an alien from space. I'm about to change your life.
Well, this messy, delicious pile of sex for your mouth is the ostrich nest.
This is something where I feel like if I had seen, I've never watched Epic Mealtime, but if I had seen that in 2011, I bet I would have really liked it. Weird, because watching it now, like, I really appreciate his commitment to the character, although the character does seem to be just cursing.
Mealtime on some big bird. We got these gigantic ass ostrich eggs. One of these eggs is like 18 to 24 normal sized eggs. Do the math, bitch.
I wonder what's maybe that's like is fuck still like the worst bad word of the like general bad words? Yo mama so fat. iPad. The fuck? Ah, there it is, still named iPad. Maybe that's something about, maybe it's in the video.
Mama's so fat. When she sat on the iPod, she made the iPad! Yeah!
Okay. Wait. I'm not just laughing at a Yo Mama joke. I'm laughing specifically at the fact that I was, for some reason, expecting a song here. So when it was just a Yo Mama joke, and it was about specifically the thing that I found weird in the title, which was that iPad is just written next to it. I remember this, though. I remember this whole channel. My cousin really liked it. Callister really liked this channel. He still does, as far as I know. I mean, I just saw him at Christmas, and like, yeah, definitely still exclusively making Yo Mama jokes, probably from this channel. Are they still active?
Yo Mama!
They're more active than me! I guess that's not terribly. Some people post every day still, man. Will Lemonade Mouth's Determinate be the song of the summer? My girlfriend Anita would tell you that it was, and it's been the song of every summer since.
Highly anticipated release of Lemonade Mouth on the Disney Channel. The movie is all about music, and according to our friend Ernie D from Radio Disney, one of the most popular songs for this summer is going to be Determinate. The entire cast of Lemonade Mouth, headed up by Bridget Mendler, just performed the song on Good Morning America. So the song starts out kind of slow.
Gosh, there's something just so great about the earnestness of that. I don't know. Like, this whole time I'm thinking, like, she's delivering this like it's the news.
It's out kind of slow, but after a few seconds, it becomes extremely obvious that this is a total dance track with an amazing rap break performed by Adam Hicks.
Like, you know, like now on YouTube, we would have 100 million like song reviewer types that I'm sure would probably still do a video on Determinate. I'm sure we could find. I'm gonna make this. I never stopped recording. Let's see if we can find somebody breaking down the song Determinate. Was that not one of the songs that went viral recently? Oh God, did I make that up? Okay, no wait, okay. Man, I'm bored of this. Rep Barney Frank farts on live TV.
We've got to get some jobs, and we have to deal with the debt.
Oh, he moved for that. I feel like we got a good selection of videos there. We got humor with Epic Mealtime. We got sexiness with the Ray William Johnson comment thing. We have really stark reminder about how nothing is changing in the world. This guy farted too, also. And that was pretty funny. Okay, I feel like I should be fair because I just went to 2011 and then looked up a bunch of people's videos from there. Most of it wasn't. Epic Mealtime, I feel like, was the only one where it was like an actual YouTuber trying to do something. Which is funny, because again, now that's like, you can't not that I don't like this, but like that's, you know, if you click on a video on YouTube, it's all YouTubers trying to be YouTubers, including mine, including me. Go look, go check them all. The whole time I wanted to look like a YouTuber and sound like a YouTuber. To me, the front page here, I mean, like there are YouTubers, a lot of these are YouTubers, and they were big at the time, but they're like also just like clips and more random things than like I would get now. Obama condoms. Anyways, I feel like to be fair, we should watch one of my videos from the time just so that I can assess where I was going wrong. Looks like the first video we have is that 70s circle with me and Emily.
Hey guys, what do you think it would be like if Christian was wearing his steak suit and all these dogs from the neighborhood were chasing after him? Christian, steak suit, dogs chasing after him. Stupid and weird. And Toby's his friend too, and he's stupid and weird. Gosh, you have no respect for our authority.
You know, if I really think about it very hard, if I can beautiful mind here for a second, I think I can see why that didn't go viral. For one thing, I didn't even talk about the riots. I mean, what the hell do I stand for? I remember that because that was actual beef between my sister and Christian, who at the time was my only friend. I think Emily just wanted him to get chased by dogs. Like, I think that was honestly maybe a threat. We have a really ferocious, that's what we were painting to Toby for, was because to threaten Christian with Toby. But yeah, no, that wouldn't have, there's no version of reality where people would have watched that. I'm looking into 100 different alternate dimensions, and all of the people pretty much ignore that one. That makes sense. So that means I am going to be canceling the long-awaited sequel to that video because I've learned my lesson now. And with that, I'm sure my channel is about to become like mainstream. Proper big. All right, you've entertained me for long enough. Goodbye.